Hello and welcome. This is an English lesson for the third grade high school students. In the next couple of lessons, we are going to deal with a very interesting topic, the topic of cultural heritage. In today's lesson, we are going to introduce QR codes and we are going to talk about tourism. I'm sure you will all agree that cultural heritage plays an important role in tourism and vice versa. In this lesson, you will discuss different uses of QR codes, read and listen to original texts, use vocabulary connected with tourism, as well as write a short text about a tourist destination. For this lesson, you will need your notebook, something to write with, and a smartphone or a laptop with internet connection. In order to do some exercises, you will have to pause the video. When you see the pause button on the screen, it will be your signal to pause the recording in order to do some exercises. Let's begin by answering some questions about QR codes. The first question is about the abbreviation QR. What does it stand for? If you don't know the answer, just scan the code on this slide and you will get the answer. The second question is about your experience with QR codes. You have all seen them. Let's try and think where. The third question is an easy one. I'm sure you know how you can scan them. And now, a bit more difficult one. What can we store in QR codes? We are also interested in the application of QR codes in tourism and their impact on ecology. You can pause the video now in order to answer the questions. And here are the answers. QR is the abbreviation for quick response. They can be seen on almost everything, on various products in shops, personal business cards, tickets, in front of tourist sites, exhibits in museums, and so on. We use our camera or a QR code reader app on our smartphone to scan them. As for storing information on QR codes, you can store URLs, which makes our life much easier. There's no need for copying links anymore. You can also store text, videos, and images. QR codes are used in tourism widely. They have replaced all the printed materials. They are also put in front of tourist sites, exhibits in museums, on souvenirs, and so on. And the last answer. QR codes are environmentally friendly because they reduce paper consumption. Let's experience in practice what we have talked about. Let's play scavenger hunt. You will need your smartphone now. In our scavenger hunt, there are 3 tasks, and the prize is the satisfaction of completing the hunt. Just follow the numbers of our QR codes and you will be fine. Pause after each slide so you have time for doing the tasks. Now task 2. Again, pause the video. The last task consists of only 1 code. Again, pause the video. I'm sure we have the same answers, at least the first 2. In the first task, you had to read the text in order to find out which free time activities you can do in Novi Dvori. The answer is jogging, cycling, and strolling. In the second task, you had to watch the video in order to find out which environmental problems are mentioned. The problems mentioned are drought and deforestation. The third task was to take a photo of what you can see through your window. This is what I can see through my window. Okay, let's move on to the next activity. We are going to talk about tourist attractions. What are tourist attractions? Well, the name itself answers the question. Tourist attractions are things and places that attract tourists to visit them. Take a closer look at this mind map. It shows 4 different types of tourist attractions. Can you name them? There are man-made tourist attractions like castles, churches, monuments. Natural tourist attractions like nature parks, lakes, islands. Different events can also be seen as tourist attractions, for example, festivals, sports events, and religious events as well. And entertainment and leisure tourist attractions like theaters, zoos, even shopping centers attract tourists. Your task here is to think of at least 2 examples for each type of tourist attractions and then note them down into the table. You can pause the video here in order to do this exercise. And later on, check your answers with your teacher in virtual classroom. We are going to continue revising and expanding tourism vocabulary with the next 2 exercises. They are both for the same vocabulary. The first one is a matching exercise, and it is a little bit easier. You just have to match the words with their definitions. You can scan the code now or copy the bit.ly link Tourism Matching and do the exercise. The second exercise is a crossword puzzle. As I have said it before, the vocabulary is the same, but this task is a little bit more difficult. You have the definitions which will lead you to the right word. After you're done with the crossword, choose 6 words and use them in your own sentences or a short dialogue. Check your writing with your teacher. It is time to apply some of the vocabulary you have been practicing now. The text you're going to read is about tourist attractions, restaurants, and accommodation. While reading, make notes about types and examples of tourist attractions Zagreb has to offer. Also, where you can eat and stay when visiting Zagreb. The text you see here can help you make the notes. In order to read the text, copy the bit.ly link TAS67, or since we are learning about QR codes, just scan the code. It's much easier. The last activity is a writing task. You are going to write a short text, my town or region, as a tourist destination, in which you will mention different tourist attractions, activities tourists can do in your town, places they can stay at, or where they can have nice meal. Also, don't forget to mention how they can get around. Finally, write down who do you think would have most fun in your town. Is it families with kids, young people, adrenaline junkies, or somebody else? Here are some more things you have to pay attention to. The text should be between 100 and 150 words long. It should have 3 paragraphs: introduction, body, and conclusion. And don't forget about coherence and cohesion. Have you connected your ideas with linking words? And is the text easy to follow? This rubric can help you assess your work. Is your content interesting? Do you have introduction, body, and conclusion? Did you use a wide range of grammar and vocabulary? Also, is it accurate? After finishing the assignment, you can ask your virtual classroom teacher to give you feedback. That's all for today. Have a nice day. Till next time.